I have been a songwriter for, I don't know, I started at 17 when I first picked up the guitar, and I'm 48, so 31 years. My songwriting branched out into writing stories and writing speeches because songs to me were always like little stories. You just put the stories to music. And then I started really liking words for some reason after I started writing songs. I was always good in like, you know, grammar in English class, but it wasn't until I started writing songs that I actually felt words were very powerful. And I wanted to explore words as much as possible, more than anything. Like I play guitar, I do like audio-visual stuff, I make films and stuff, but to me, dialogue is number one. The 4 S's stand for speeches, stories, songs, and soundtracks. And the 4 S's actually can shape our lives. Like a strong speech, if somebody gives a speech, it's a very inspirational or motivational speech, you can get a lot from that speech, from their words, right? And I work in those 4 areas all the time. I've been working in the events and entertainment industries professionally since the late 80s. And then somewhere in the mid 90s, I got into audiovisual, like live sound, mixing bands. And then I've always been performing. I've been performing since like 1988 or something like that. And so I've been primarily, for more than half of my life, I've been involved in the events and entertainment industries. And I keep taking it a step further, getting into consulting and working more with corporate clients these days than in clubs with bands. Although I still work with bands making music videos.
Why do you focus on dialogue?
Because I think words are very powerful and things are based on dialogue. For example, a movie mix, the sound is based on dialogue. Unless it's a silent film, we hear actors talk. Somebody wrote the words, they carefully crafted the words, the actors carefully delivered the words, and I help people not only do those 2 things, but I also help people equalize the words and mix. So everything in a soundtrack is mixed around dialogue. In a live show, like with a band, everything is mixed around the singer. Singer's the loudest, most important signal in the whole thing, right? If you don't hear vocals in a live show, you're in trouble. People say, I can't hear the words, right? You probably heard that before. If you can't hear people singing, I can't hear the words. Not the same with other instruments. You have to hear the words, right? Same with a speech. Nobody can give a speech and be muffled in the sound system, you know. First of all, they have to craft the right words, and they have to be delivered the right way, and the sound systems and microphones have to be set to the optimum quality for people to understand the words. So that's kind of why I just everything I do is centered around dialogue or words in one way or another. I'm really the sound designer, instructor guy who runs an audio-visual business on the side, and I have a penchant for linguistics. You know, I'm not a linguist, but there's something about linguistics which I find magical, and rhetoric. I actually like rhetoric, even though people think it has a negative connotation. Linguistics and rhetoric I'm very interested in these days. Speeches. I'll help people write a speech and give them tips on delivering a speech. I'll help people write better screenplays and develop better dialogue in the screenplays. And then I'll help people write better lyrics and better songs, because songs are generally written around lyrics. The core of my existence is the 4 S's, and I'm always exploring one of those 4 regions.